it was such an asset to a community, a game that you can play as a toddler all the way up, into your old age. Well, we've been involved with sports our whole married life and before. My husband was the men's soccer coach at King College for 12 years, and so soccer has been our life with our 3 kids. Our daughter went to Tennessee High, and her sophomore year, she called me and wanted me to pick her up from tennis practice one day, and at no time had she told us that she was interested in playing tennis. But she went out for the tennis team, and with that, Matt started hitting with her, and we started going out with the family, and we all enjoyed the tennis. We learned about the Bristol Racket Club here on Raytheon Road and became members here and just jumped in trying to get involved in tennis and to play as much as we could. That was probably a year or so before we ended up purchasing the tennis center. Just during that time, we grew to love the sport, thought that it was such an asset to a community, a game that you can play as a toddler all the way up, into your old age. And we saw that it was something that we could do as a family. So during 2019, it looked like they needed to sell the racket club, and we went back and forth trying to decide if it was something that we really wanted to jump into, and we talked about it that whole year. And then finally, last October, we pulled the trigger and to purchase the building and the tennis courts, and came up with the Bristol Sportsplex, rebranded. We added pickleball courts. We updated the whole facility to bring it back to what we had been told that it was, the community and the atmosphere from the late 80s and 90s. Well, to be honest with you, I questioned my insanity a lot, because definitely my husband and I spent many a nights on the couch talking about pulling the trigger on this, and you're trying to think of everything that you need to think of to be fully prepared to go into this, and I'll tell you, you're never quite there. This year has been crazy doing this. I never envisioned myself as being a businesswoman, much less running a sports facility, especially now after I've had a career as a pharmacist for the past 20 years. So we have 4 indoor tennis courts, and we have upgraded those courts in that we do have now gas heating and large fans to make it comfortable to play year-round. When we bought the facility, there were racquetball courts, which had not been used in a very long time. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the United States right now, and it's quickly becoming a favorite around the Tri-Cities. So we invested in tearing down the racquetball and building 4 indoor pickleball courts. We just this summer put down a cushioned surface on those courts so that you can play longer and it's easier on your joints. And you have the same the same play as on a regular outdoor court. The fitness center that was here had Nautilus equipment original from the late 70s, and we did get rid of it, and we have installed all brand new Legend Fitness equipment in our fitness zone. That's what we call our gym now, and that equipment was made right here in East Tennessee in Knoxville. So we have a cardio zone that has treadmills and bicycles, and those are interactive, so that you can ride your bike through the Alps or treadmill walk the Great Wall of China. We also opened up the viewing area and added a pub so that you have an opportunity to watch your kids or your friends play while you enjoy sitting back, having a drink and a snack in our pub. Plenty of big TVs to watch tennis, other sports. And then the last thing that we just finished in the last month is our recovery zone, which includes a salt room and a sauna. The renovations have taken a whole year, and they're still ongoing. I believe we have renovated almost every square inch of this building. We first started with the lobby. We opened it up so that it was brighter and more welcoming. This next phase that we went into was demolishing the racquetball courts, which took a lot longer than we expected, and a lot of dust, a lot of patience, but finally we got through that and had pickleballs going by the end of December last year. Then we moved on to our gym and setting up the fitness zone and the new flooring, new paint, new gym equipment. That finished up probably, I'm thinking February or March of this year. Then we proceeded to go to the pub and put all new flooring throughout the center. We have new furniture, pub tables for watching the tennis. This summer we got our beer license, so we're able to serve beer and seltzers along with other Coke products that we're doing. And then the last thing that we have just finished is our salt therapy room and the sauna. So in addition to the Sportsplex, we have also acquired the land that is in between us and our outdoor facility. And we also have purchased the church building that sits at the front of our building, if you notice it on the Bluff City Highway. So we do have plans to hopefully incorporate more sports within the Sportsplex between those two properties, and who knows what else. The Plex is open to the public. We use an app called Court Reserve that you can download a free account and see our court availability and rent a court. We do have memberships, a gold and a silver, and if you buy into those memberships, you will receive discounts on court pricing, discounts in the pub, and discounts on the salt and sauna ring. Anyone is welcome to come in and tour the facility. We can go over all our programs with you in person. Our website is www.bristolsportsplex.com. All of our programming, pricing, information is on the website too. Currently, Roger Acklin is our tennis pro, and he is here available for tennis lessons, and we have a youth academy that we do from 4 to 6 during the week, and that is for young youth, kids to come and learn how to play tennis, and socially or competitively. We also have adult clinics for adults to improve and enjoy being together. Roger is the men's and women's tennis coach at King currently, and is helping us with build our tennis program here. I also have Tiffany Scardo, who is our fitness director, and she does classes for our members and guests during the week. She has a yoga class each morning that she does that is centered around stretching, using a chair. So you're not on a mat doing difficult yoga poses, but in turn it's more for recovery and stretching. She also does what we call Power Hour at the Plex, and that is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays, and that's a more intense circuit training that we do. And she's also available for personal training, and she just helps our members out tremendously as she walks around and greets people, and any questions that they have about the fitness zone, she's here to answer those. So yes, we definitely want new tennis and new pickleball players here, whether you're an adult or a child. We have programs for you to come. We have beginner pickleball lessons on Tuesdays, and we also have a lady named Carol who's a certified pickleball instructor that comes each Wednesdays, and you can book lessons with her. With our kids programs, every 3 weeks or one Saturday out of the month, we do a learn and play on Saturday morning, and that's for kids that have never picked up a racket, who want to come out and just try it and see what they think about tennis. Once they do that, there's options for lessons to go from there, and then entrance into the academy if they want to continue with kids. With adults, we have beginner tennis clinics that you can come to. If you have never played a sport or swung a tennis racket, it's probably best to have a private lesson first, so that you're not totally freaked out, I guess you could say, whenever you, or feel intimidated. That's probably more what it is. It's probably better as an adult to take a tennis lesson first before you jump into even a beginner clinic, so that you can get the basics of tennis before you jump into a clinic. What we want to do here is build community. We have named our pub the Third Half, and we did that very intentionally. We got that name from being over in Europe a few years ago. We were in Holland, and we had went to a soccer game, of course. And in soccer, you've got your first half and your second half. And my husband and I were talking to a gentleman, and he was telling us that after the game that they call that the third half, because that's the time that you come together after you've played to have that community and to really build the relationships. So that's the basis of what we want here. Our tagline is come, learn, play together. That's what we want. We want you to learn, to play, to come together and have that community. And we felt like that was something that Bristol needed.